The Silent Spring Institute is urging Cape communities to protect drinking water from emerging contaminants. An undercover operation finds local businesses are not selling alcohol to minors, and 2 local fire departments are raising money for breast cancer research in a rather untraditional way. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, October 3rd, 2013. I'm Sarah Mannel. The Silent Spring Institute recently released a study that found contaminants in 15 of 20 public wells on Cape Cod. Researchers say Cape communities should develop stronger protections for drinking water while planning regional solutions for the Cape's wastewater crisis. Researcher Laurel Shader presented the study's findings to Barnstable residents this week. Shader gave some tips on how residents can limit their exposure to some of these contaminants.
Some ideas are to consider filtering your tap water if you have a private well and you have elevated nitrate levels, if you're concerned about these types of contaminants. In general, solid carbon block filters do a good job of removing organic pollutants. We don't have a lot of independent testing of these water filters for emerging contaminants because they're not regulated, but we think that they should do a good job in general. I don't mean to pick on just the public water suppliers. That's all I was talking about today. In general, public water supplies are better tested and are better enforced than private wells, where you're pretty much on your own if you have a private well. Bottled water is supposed to meet drinking water standards, but there's a whole lot less testing and enforcement. And in some cases, bottled water is just tap water that may or may not have treatment. Thinking about your household footprint, I guess, in terms of chemicals that you release from your house into the environment. Don't flush unused medications or hazardous materials. A lot of the towns now have pharmaceutical take-back days a couple times a year and programs to collect hazardous materials. You can reduce your household's use of products containing harmful chemicals, and that helps both your exposures in your homes as well as what gets out into the environment. And maintaining septic systems. And I always used to have this on my slides because it just seemed like something you should say to people who have septic systems. But I really, based on our findings, really am convinced that it's important to maintain your septic system, because if it's not working right, then you aren't going to have that good removal in your leach field of these contaminants. You're not going to have the air mixing in with the water and a whole lot less treatment going on. So I think it's important to maintain them as recommended by DEP. And then supporting local efforts to protect water quality, things like preventing discharges of wastewater into well recharge areas and preserving open space around wells.
You can read the complete study by visiting silentspring.org. Every summer, Barnstable police conduct sting operations on liquor license holders in town as part of a measure to ensure compliance with the rules and regulations. Interim Director of Regulatory Services Richard Scally recently announced that this summer, the sting operation uncovered no errors, and Barnstable's liquor license holders were in 100% compliance. The sting operations are used to determine whether establishments are selling alcohol to minors. Scally congratulates Barnstable license holders on a job well done. The Barnstable Village Fire Department wants your bras. They're raising money for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation as part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The fundraiser is anything but typical. Channel 18's Sarah Colvin has more.
Okay, so Chief, we are here again in front of the fire department, and there's a bright pink ladder out front. Can you tell me what is going on this bright pink ladder?
I'd love to, yeah. Our department is taking part in an initiative during the whole month of October for breast cancer awareness. Our fire department's local, the union here, is teaming up with the International Association of Firefighters, and every year they have done a fundraising event to support the Susan G. Komen Cancer Awareness Fund for breast cancer. So this year they're doing something called Barnstable Raises Awareness. The acronym would be BRA, which is bra. And it's kind of a catchy slogan, and pink certainly signifies the breast cancer movement. Yep. So that's what the ladder is all about. We have a shortened fire ladder that was taken out of service years ago, but we've kept it around for training purposes. Yep. And so we've decorated it in the color pink to to kind of go along with that initiative.
Absolutely. So you're encouraging residents to come down and drop off a bra and make a donation to the Susan Komen Foundation, and that'll be going throughout the entire month of October.
Right. It starts yesterday, October 1st. It'll go through the entire month, and we're encouraging folks to come in and hopefully make a donation so that we can support that fund. We're in a kind of a friendly competition with the West Barnstable Fire Department. They're doing the same thing with us this year, and the little friendly competition is just to see who can raise more funds. So come on over to the Barnstable Fire Department and at 3249 Main Street in the village of Barnstable, and feel free to drop off a donation.
Absolutely.
And part of that as well is also dropping off a bra if you'd like. And at the end of the month, we're going to get those bras together. They won't all be displayed out front here, but we're going to do an old-fashioned bra burning at the beginning of November
back
to
to
signify
the feminist days
that.
of the 60s and
Right.
set them all on fire.
Yep, this was actually put together through one of our female firefighters, Donna Rex. She's taken the initiative every year to do this, and it was really kind of a unique, catchy thing that she came up with this year.
Absolutely. And so people can choose whatever amount they want to donate. They can drop off a donation, drop off the bra, and you'll hang them up and set them on fire at the end of the month. That sounds great. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we get some people down here. We'll have to swing by and see how the ladder is progressing in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, you can drop off or mail donations to the Barnstable Village Fire Department. Town officials are looking for ways to reduce the cost of trash disposal. Current trash disposal rates are going to increase when the town's current contract with CMAS expires at the end of next year. Last night, residents heard from state and local experts about different ways to accomplish that goal. David Quinn with the Cape Cod Cooperative Extension says pay-as-you-throw programs can increase residents' recycling rates.
For me, I think it really comes down to creating incentives to recycle, and that's why we're seeing a lot of towns look at pay-as-you-throw as an option for their communities. So I'll just give a little overview of what's happening. It's been in a lot of papers. A lot of towns are looking at pay-as-you-throw. Again, I think the reason a lot of towns started to look at it was because of the disposal fees increasing. But it's proven, the reason I like it is it's really effective. If you look at all of the examples of pay-as-you-throw across Massachusetts, it's reduced waste by between 25 and 50% pretty much everywhere that it's been implemented. We actually put together, I don't know if you can tell, I like maps, so pretty much every presentation I do I have maps, but we put together another map that looked at the pounds of trash per household that were generated by every city and town in Massachusetts, and this is from the annual survey that goes to DEP. And the results are pretty striking. It visually shows you which towns have pay-as-you-throw. Those are the towns that are doing the best in terms of the waste that their residents are generating. Communities with pay-as-you-throw in general, on average, produce about 750 pounds per household less than a town that doesn't have it. So it's really effective, and it's a pretty simple concept. Just like utility, you pay for your trash by the bag as opposed to getting your one annual fee or having it covered through the taxes. So it really gives a direct financial incentive for residents to recycle.
Quinn says Sandwich is in its third year of pay-as-you-throw and that the program has been very effective. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.